Hello my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, Fragrance Fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That $40-ish $100 range. Most of these are way less than that. A good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. This going on right here is because the my screen protector is like chipped, so it's got that going on. I'll fix that soon. Just take the thing off and put a new one on there. Because I did it myself, and so it wasn't like perfectly straight, so when I dropped the phone immediately it just like shattered, so there's that going on. And anyhow, I'm going to talk about a fragrance that I've had for a little while. It's not like one of my newest pickups, but I've had it for a little while and been really trying to figure out what it's cloning. I've heard people say what they think it's cloning, and without further ado, let's talk about Milestone's Grade 1. Obviously going for the Creed look here. It's like pleather on the front that's like glued on there, texturization on the side. The juice color is not clear. It's some kind of yellowish opaque color. And the atomizer on this one does not disappoint. So this opens up fresh and creamy a little bit. You get a decent dose of lemon, lime, bergamot, some sweet fruits like apple and pineapple. There's also black currant and violet leaf in the top of this. In the mid, you got like iris, jasmine and stuff, and in the base there's cedar and sandalwood, musk, ambergris, but the main players in this are that little bit of Christmas up top. The violet leaf, you do get a decent dose of the aquatic violet leaf, and the dry down, the sandalwood and the ambergris or the ambroxan starts to come out a little bit more. Basically what this thing is built more around is a fresh, aquatic, citrusy kind of a thing that leans quite creamy. Iris, sandalwood, ambroxan is what you like. This thing is kind of housed around a little bit. Everybody's saying that this is a clone of Green Irish Tweed. It does share a good amount of similarities to Green Irish Tweed. Typically when a fragrance, to me, this is just me, chew up the meat, spit out the bones, agree or not agree. When a fragrance is cloning something, to me, like this, I smell this immediately. Not just because of the way the bottle looks, I'm thinking Soleil Blanc, right? You just know immediately. For example, this bottle looks absolutely nothing like Green Irish Tweed. You smell this thing, Green Irish Tweed is going to pop right into your head, no doubt about it. Green Irish Tweed with a Middle Eastern spicy twist. That's what's going on with Lattafa's Ragbah. Side trail, by the way, this is Bibliotech. Byredo Bibliotech. You smell Bibliotech, or you smell this, and if you smell both of them, you know for sure this is Bibliotech. There's no doubt about that. So I finally figured that out. That was bothering me. But this, I don't immediately get Green Irish Tweed. I just don't, not immediately. It has those kind of vibes. It's almost like this mixed with Sean John 3am, because it almost seems like this has like a fig leaf quality to it. That's just me. Maybe it's this bottle, maybe it's just my nose, because it's the same on my skin, in the air. On my skin there's a little bit more depth, but in the dry down especially, it seems like there's a fig leaf quality to me about this thing. So Green Irish Tweed with, take away some of that fresh cut grass, because Green Irish Tweed to me smells a lot like violet leaf and fresh cut lawn clippings. Take away a lot of those fresh cut lawn clippings, put in fig leaf in its place, and there you have it. So that's what I'm getting. As a standalone fragrance, it smells good. It's a good smelling fragrance, there's no doubt about that. Longevity and projection on me is not the best. It's really not the best. It's not super poor, it's not that bad, but it's like a 4 to 5 hour fragrance. Some of y'all might get a little bit more because of that creaminess going on, but for me personally, my experience, I'm getting 4 to 5 hours out of this thing. And the age range for this, I would say, might be a little bit more mature, because it's not your standard playful freshie or anything like that. This is a little bit more mature due to the heavy violet leaf and the creamy like sandalwood and the iris that's in this. So I would say more on the mature side. definitely a leisure kind of fragrance. It's maybe just a small hint of class, but more than anything else, this is a leisure, daytime, warm weather kind of a fragrance. Office friendly for sure. Smells good. Overall rating, I'll give it a 5.5 because I think the scent profile alone is like a 6 or a 6.5. But the performance is less than average on me, so I can't. So being a less than average fragrance and still getting a 5.5 is good. So if you see this thing in the wild, give it a shot. Go ahead and smell this thing. See what you think of it. I found this one in actually one of the lock cases. It wasn't in a box because I found it at Marshall's, but it was in one of those little annoying lock cases. And yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it the second that I smelled it. And I've wore it several times since then and have enjoyed it. Haven't received any positive attention from it yet, but it definitely has that potential. But it's not necessarily your crowd pleasing, compliment pulling kind of a fragrance, but it does smell good and you probably won't offend anybody with this thing. So overall, it's a good smelling fragrance. Like I said, this is a bit fresh and citrusy up top, but it's really built around a lot of that iris, sandalwood, ambergris with the violet leaf, giving it that aquatic nature, keeping it nice and fresh. And so it's a good smelling fragrance. I like it. And yeah, 5.5 out of 10. Summertime, even appropriate for 1 or 2 squirts for the gym. Anything else could be cloying or polarizing because that, like iris and stuff, can start to get cloying at times. But overall, this is a good fragrance. I enjoy it. So that's what my final thoughts on Milestone's grade 1 is. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.